This is Stacy with Lily Bean Crafts by Stacy. Welcome back, and if it's your first time, thanks for stopping by. Today I'm working on a stapler that I got for one of the end of the school year teacher gifts, and I got this stapler from Amazon, which I'll link in the description, and I'm just going to kind of show you how I take it apart. You definitely want to take the spring, put it in the bag because you need that. Very carefully unclip it and put the rest of the stapler in the bag with it so you don't lose any of the parts. And then I'm going to take the stapler itself and I'm just going to sand it down with a 220 grit piece of sandpaper. And then I'm going to wipe it off with 91% alcohol. And then I took it outside and I spray painted it 2 coats of Colorshot's Island Girl. It's just a really pretty light teal color. I'm going to use my CC DIY UV resin to apply the glitter. And I just put a little bit on there, kind of equal to how much you would put of regular epoxy onto a tumbler to apply the glitter. So just a really light coat of it. And then I'm going to take Grace, the fine version from Chase Ray Creations, and I'm going to sprinkle that on there to give it the beautiful sparkle that it's going to have. I do have a discount code for Chase Ray Creations. It is LBC15 for you to get 15% off of your order. I love that this glitter has such an opalescent sparkle to it that it's going to take on the green color of the spray paint and just make it have the most amazing shine. I'm going to take it and put it under my UV light and have it go for 60 seconds to dry that UV resin that's underneath the glitter. I'll go ahead and link this UV light that I got. I just got it this week and it's really nice. It's 150 watt. It's got a lot of power and it makes everything cure super fast. I don't have any finger cuts, so I just cut one of my gloves and put my finger in there, and I'm going to put on the first coat of the UV resin over the glitter to start covering that up. I like to do light coats on it, so I'm just going to put a little bit on and then put it back under the UV light. I'm going to wind up doing a total of 3 coats on there and getting it to the point where I can start adding the decals. I have it dry for 60 seconds and then I go ahead, pull it out for just a second, put it back under, and then I hit it for another 60 seconds to make sure that that first coat is all dry. And here I am going and putting the second coat over it after I had the glitter coat done, and making sure that I'm just slowly starting to build up the smoothness of the stapler. Go ahead and hit this 2 times again with 60 seconds each time to make sure that it's really nice and dry. The second coat is dry. I'm gonna hit it with my sandpaper, the 220 grit, just to try to get some of the rougher parts out of it, and then I'll clean it off again with the 91% alcohol, let it dry, and then I'm going to hit it one more time with the UV resin and wait until it's completely dry. If you haven't done so yet, come join my Lily Bean Crafters community. It's just a little group where we can all sit and talk about different crafting things, and if you want to see any of my other work, anything like that, I will go ahead and link it in the description. I've had these element sheets from Banff since last year. They're just so cute, these little succulents, and I've been waiting to use them. And the big ones couldn't fit in with doing the stapler, but these little ones fit it perfectly. And I just start placing them all over the stapler, making sure that I leave room for the fact that I am going to be putting a teacher's name on there. And I love the fact that these are removable vinyl so that if you don't like where you put it, it's really easy to pull it up and then reposition it where you want it to be. The biggest thing I can say with them is the outer edges of it is clear, so just try not to get any fingerprints on those parts. And for the teacher's name, I use the font October, and I'll go ahead and link in the description where I got that particular font from. Of course, my dot always gets left behind, so I went in and got it. You can take a black marker or a Posca pen in black and put the dot in there. I just like to salvage the little vinyl if I can, and I was able to with this one. Now that I have the name in, I'm going to take a little bit more of the Succulent vinyl and put a couple more pieces on there to fill it all in. I'm going to put my next coat of UV resin on there. I love the fact that this process can get done so fast with the UV resin. This took me like no time to make this particular stapler. And I'm just going to put a nice thin coat on there. And then this time, because we're at the point where all the bubbles and stuff matter, I am going to hit it with my lighter just to make sure that I pop any bubbles. And then I'll put it under the UV lamp for another, probably about like 2 to 3 minutes. And I got this attachment for my Bowen for the staplers. It holds 3 of them at one time. And I'll go ahead and I'll link that in the description. I know that I got it on Etsy. And now I'm just going to take a thin coat of the Flynn Sisters epoxy. Just want to make sure that it gets that great shine that the Flynn Sisters epoxy puts on anything that it touches. And I'm going to let this go for like 8 to 10 hours. Don't have to put regular epoxy on these. If you don't have regular epoxy, if you just have UV resin, or if you don't have the attachment, you can make this entire thing with just regular UV resin. I just love the shine that you get from this epoxy. It's completely dry. I'm going to go ahead and put it back together. So taking back out all the parts that I saved in the bag. And first I'm going to put the spring on, because that's extremely important for it. You're going to want to take it. I push the tab all the way off to the side to make it easier to pop it back on. It does pop on really easily. And then you're just going to attach the clasp back together and then gently shut it. And there it is. It's all ready. And here is the final product. I hope that the teacher loves it. It's very unique. It's individualized for her. It's not something that you're going to see everywhere. And it was really fun to make. I think I made it in less than 12 hours from start to finish. And so, yeah, I hope that you enjoyed this video. If you did, please hit that like and subscribe button. And I'll talk to everybody again next week. Bye-bye.